What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down the description. You also know I'm a Weeble preferred influencer, and right now, well, a little bit over a week left to take advantage of the best promotion they have. Prior to this month, you had to deposit $100 to get the free stocks. You now only have to deposit $1, but you have to take advantage of the link in the pinned comment. And really, I would hope that you do that before the end of the month in case the promotion goes away like it has in the past. Now, I want to talk about Madden, and man, this is going to be an in-depth video about everything wrong with this game. I want to show you this replay. I want to go through this entire play and share with you what's happening here, because this is the epitome of our community. When you look at a play where Aaron Rodgers is going into a pre-snap animation, getting stuck in it, getting sacked, and even slowed down, it looks awful. You almost have to slow it down just to see what happens. And no matter what angle you look at this, it's blatantly obvious this is failed logic. This is a broken game. These are things as a community we expect to be fixed. Now, what's interesting about this issue, why you just see the game kind of play out, so everyone knows there's no smoke and mirrors. This is footage I had emailed to me, and I appreciate all of you that send me footage to review, because I had seen this exact same issue before. As a matter of fact, a month ago, brought this up on my channel. Madden is this broken. And in that clip, I showed a handheld camera footage, not in-game replay, of this exact issue. Now, EA, clearly aware this is broken in their game. What are they doing right now? To me, this is the most prevalent thing they're working on. They want social media interaction, they want social media engagement, and they want to project to you that everything is fine with their game. There's no problem. The number one agenda they have right now is who should get the biggest overall change. What overall do you think should be increased by 2 on player XYZ? Which player deserves XYZ? None of this matters when it's built on a game that is fundamentally broken. Now, moving forward, when we talk about not EA's perception, but the reality of this game, we're going to go back to the Metacritic. And I got to say, I also called this. How am I so easily projecting what's going to happen? Whether it's game issues that don't get fixed, or people defending the gameplay and how it fractures this community, because here you have a user coming out and saying, listen, all we need to do is give EA time. It's just released, there's patches, there's betas, there's feedback. Give them time and they'll make the game better. And I said, this logic here is what got us to this point. Game after game after game of give them time, 3-year plans, they'll make it better. Make or break year, will make the game better for John. None of this is actually working. Now, keep in mind, this is where we are now. Xbox Series X, overwhelmingly negative. Xbox One, overwhelmingly negative. And it's not just the Xbox Series, it's Sony's consoles. The PlayStation 5, overwhelmingly negative. If you want to go backwards to a console generation, PS4, just as bad. Now, I know a lot of people will say, but PS5, PS4, they're not the same game. It's not next gen. Well, that's okay, because next gen went to PC this year, and it's the worst one. This is their first year with next gen. Now, keep in mind, I also want to point out to you, Mindplay 512. Every single console, he is leaving positive reviews for this game. Why does this matter? Is he really playing the game on the PS5, the Xbox One, the PC? Why would someone go into every single console and put a positive score? Because when you look at everything cumulatively, this is what we're left with. 25 positive reviews, right? And we know 5 of those are from the same person. So literally a quarter of those scores are from the same person. 6 neutral scores and 215 negative scores. And this isn't from critics. This isn't from reviewers. You can't, I guess in a way, you can say these were manipulated a bit because the same person is leaving positive reviews. But even if you dilute things down, you literally have 1 out of 5 people enjoying this game. And that's not good enough. The NFL has been in a position the last number of years where they've shown us they want the best product for their customer. When DirecTV couldn't provide that, they outsourced and they looked at their own model. You have all types of NFL apps now. Eventually they settled on this platform, YouTube. When Panini was being inferior with their product and treating their customers poorly, the NFL removed the license to the point that we may not have rookie cards for this year because Panini cannot make NFL cards. EA, in my opinion, should be no different because this is very much our community speaking in total. We have constantly projected to EA what is wrong with their game. What we've been met with is a large number of influencers that want to project that things are going to get better and be positive and tell us that the game is being worked on, the developers are aware of the issue, they're going to make progress. And every year, that message has been toned down little by little to where I believe now we're at the point where that message, although people may listen to it, isn't even believed by the people that want to believe. I firmly believe there's people that want Madden to be better because they want Madden to be better. They expect that EA can't continue to put out the same product because why would they not look at the writing on the wall? And my real fear in all of this is that we have to start over at some point. And starting over is in itself going to be a challenge. EA is going to have, if we go back to even Madden 06, a very tall task at rebuilding a game, if they choose to, from the ground up. And even myself would understand that there's going to be growing pains in that cycle, in starting over. Which means, in theory, if they decided to scrap everything next year, start over, invest in an engine, and just give us a bare bones Madden 06-esque game that didn't have franchise, only had play now, but was rooted in making the best fundamental football game possible, and then from there expand upon it, we literally are looking at 3 to 4 years before we can get a functional product to the standard that we want. That could, in theory, mean that Madden 30 may be when we can expect to see a quality product, assuming they're willing to kind of blow things up, if you will, and start over again. And many of us, myself included, believe that's where we need to be. The sharing of game engines, trying to take a first-person shooter engine and port so much of it over to make a football game and a soccer game and an NBA game and any other game that you want. In principle, it works, right? Because you've got one person that can work on the environment, you've got one person that can work on the audio, you've got one person that can work on the mannerisms, however you want to kind of compartmentalize things. And truly, a rising tide would lift all boats. But in this case, there isn't enough of a tide to lift the boats because Madden has continued to sink. Right? Last year, they were going to make the most polished game ever after telling us they can't sell polish. It was going to be John Madden's legacy that they were going to honor with a great game. They didn't deliver. This year, it was make or break for their own jobs. This was going to be the year that if they couldn't do it for John, they had to do it for themselves. And look at where we are. You literally have one person accounting for 5 of the 25 positive reviews on a website that EA used to use to show us how their game was improving. Rex Dixon would use the Metacritic in EA's meetings. That's how powerful this metric meant to them, to show the game is getting better and better. And to that same point, we need to use this metric as well to show the game is getting worse and worse, because it's getting repetitive. The game is broken. They're not fixing it. They're adding things on that don't improve the product, and in many cases, break the product even more. That is why Aaron Rodgers can't take a snap under center or in shotgun in this game without the risk of going into a pre-snap animation that you as the user have no control to get out of and can only hope you don't fumble the ball. To that point, the defense can sit there and watch a quarterback fling the ball around in front of him with no real grip on it, and because there's no animation for a strip sack, which we've asked for over a decade, you really won't risk the ball being knocked out because the game doesn't simulate football. And for the most part, everyone has came to realize it. It took us a long time to get here. It took us SpongeBob Stadium. It took us Reptar Field. It took us Long Shot, where EA basically had people that thought they were directors and were going to make a sports drama. It took a lot of missteps. A lot of things we didn't ask to be put in the game got put in the game, like The Yard, like Superstar KO. They tried to pacify us with things we didn't want while not giving us the things that we asked for and standing by the product they were supposed to make. And now we're in a position where we're continually asking the same thing over and over. So when you look around the landscape in this community and you ask why everyone's views from YouTube to Twitch, unless you're a major creator, are way down. When you look at the very sad state of the community where if you're trying to start to become a Madden content creator, it is an uphill battle because you don't have a quality product to work with. And when you don't have a quality product to work with, you have no chance to create a quality product for someone to watch. And that is what needs to change more than anything. And if EA can't do it, hopefully another gaming company can enter the marketplace and give us something positive to talk about. Because as far as I'm concerned, the positives of Madden are being said by the same people each year. And as this video proves, that's becoming more and more obvious. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching this video. You know, when one person has to leave 5 of 25 positive reviews to try to save the user score of a game, when they, in all honesty, probably don't own every copy for every single console and PC, there is no way that I can't be back in the week with more commentary.